tonight. The couple feared swept out to sea. The search is suspended for a second night after their car is washed up on a beach near Stranraer.
The vehicle has been extensively damaged, but at this stage, to reiterate that it's a search and rescue operation.
Also making the headlines, academics in Edinburgh say an outright ban on plastics could cause more harm to the planet than good.
In sport, Neil Lennon says it might be impossible to improve Hibernian this season and says the club may have hit a glass ceiling.
And a delivery with a difference. The boy whose letter to his dad in heaven prompted a response from the Royal Mail.
Daddy couldn't get a present, and on everybody's birthday they all deserve to get a card.
I'm John Mackay in Glasgow.
And I'm Hala Mohideen in Edinburgh. This is the STV News at 6. Proposals published, now the big sell begins.
The British people want this to be settled. They want a good deal that sets us on course for a brighter future.
Is the Brexit political declaration right for the UK, or a fudge document which sells out the Scottish fishing industry? And a working levy. Should employers be forced to pay for employees to park at work? Well, last week the Brexit withdrawal agreement was published and the 585-page document set the House of Commons alight. Today, another draft text was published, the political declaration between the UK and the EU, to define the future relationship going forward. It's far shorter, not legally enforceable. Instead, it's more of a collection of aspirations open to interpretation. So what's in the document? Well, there is no mention of the Prime Minister's promised frictionless trade, but the text does suggest the UK will be able to pursue its own trade policy. It nods to the Northern Ireland backstop being replaced by a technological solution to avoid the need for a hard border. It fulfills Theresa May's pledge that free movement of EU citizens to the UK will come to an end. And on fishing, access to waters is linked to quota shares, with both parties aiming to have new fishery agreements in place by July 2020. Well, the Prime Minister defended the blueprints in the Commons, but as expected, faced opposition from across the chamber. To our Westminster correspondent, Harry Smith. Harry, the Prime Minister appears to be holding the line in Brussels, but it looks like it's going down like a lead balloon with the Tories here.
That's actually a very good description of what's happening here.
Workers involved in a long-running dispute with Glasgow City Council over equal pay say they will keep fighting until they get what they're due. The council says it remains committed to reaching a settlement by the end of the year as agreed. However, thousands of staff are preparing to go out on strike next week. Well, our political correspondent Ewan Petrie joins us now from George Square. Ewan, is there any prospect of this being resolved before staff walk out?
Well, that's looking increasingly unlikely. The strike is due to take place on Tuesday and Wednesday next week, so time is running short.
In terms of the SNP position when it comes to Brexit, the position has always been to remain as closely aligned with the single market and customs union, and one would assume that also means remaining within the common fisheries policy. Is that not a contradiction with what's being proposed here?
That's all from us tonight. I'm back with Scotland tonight at 10:30. Brexit and Mars touchdowns will feature.
And Kellyanne is back with you tomorrow night at 6 o'clock in Edinburgh. Until then, from all of us here, enjoy the rest of your evening. Bye-bye.
Good night.